The weakest awakens. The dungeon was silent. Not the kind of silence that brings peace, but the kind that presses against the chest, heavy, suffocating, unforgiving. Bodies lay scattered across the stone floor. Broken armor. Shattered weapons. Dreams that would never leave this chamber. And at the center of it all, Sung Jinwoo lay motionless. Blood soaked into the cold stone beneath him. His breath was shallow. His body, beyond broken. This was where the weakest hunter was supposed to die. But fate had other plans. In the darkness beyond death, Jinwoo drifted. There was no pain. No fear. Only an endless void. Then, a sound. Soft. Mechanical. A blue light flickered into existence before him, floating unnaturally in the air. A window. Impossible. Unreal. Text began to form. Emergency quest activated. Jinwoo's eyes widened. His mind screamed that this was a hallucination, a dying dream. But the words continued. You have fulfilled the requirements. You have been selected. Selected? Another message appeared. Do you accept the system? His body trembled. All his life, Jinwoo had been weak. Powerless. Mocked. If this was a dream, then it was the cruelest one of all. But if it wasn't, his hand shook as he raised it. One finger. Barely moving. He pressed yes. The dungeon screamed. A violent shockwave ripped through the chamber. Stone cracked. Air exploded outward. The statues froze mid-motion. Weapons halted inches from flesh. Darkness coiled around Jinwoo's body. Not chaos. Control. His wounds closed. Bones realigned. Muscles rebuilt, stronger than before. Pain surged, then vanished. Jinwoo inhaled sharply. His eyes snapped open. Blue light reflected within them. He rose. Slowly. Calmly. The hunters who had survived stared in disbelief. The man who should have been dead was standing. Different. Stronger. A new window appeared. Welcome, player. For the first time in his life, Sung Jinwoo smiled. Not out of relief. But hunger. The system begins. The survivors ran as the dungeon collapsed behind them. They didn't look back. They couldn't. Because the presence behind them was no longer human. Sunlight pierced Jinwoo's eyes as the gate dissolved. The world looked the same. But Jinwoo wasn't. At the hospital, doctors were stunned. No injuries. No fractures. No internal damage. A man who should have been a corpse walked out on his own. They called it a miracle. Jinwoo called it the beginning. That night, alone in his apartment, the blue window appeared again. Daily quest available. Push-ups. Sit-ups. Squats. Running. Simple. Yet failure meant punishment. Jinwoo began. Pain burned through his body. Muscles screamed. But he didn't stop. Because stopping was something the old Jinwoo did. Minutes before midnight, he collapsed, gasping. Then, daily quest completed. Stats increased. Power surged through him. Real power. He clenched his fist. It didn't tremble. Days passed. Jinwoo trained in silence. Each night, the system pushed him further. Each morning, he woke stronger. Faster. Sharper. Then came the penalty zone. A nightmare world. Monsters hunted without mercy. Jinwoo fought. He bled. He survived. And he learned one truth: the system didn't care if he lived. Only that he grew. At the Hunter Association, machines glitched during his re-evaluation. Numbers rose. Not legendary. But impossible for an E rank. They hesitated. Something about him felt wrong. Different. Predatory. Jinwoo smiled politely. Let them underestimate him. That night, shadows stretched unnaturally at his feet. They responded to him. Waiting. Listening. A final message appeared. The path has begun. Sung Jinwoo looked ahead. Cold. Focused. Unafraid. The weakest hunter was gone. And the world had no idea what it had just allowed to awaken.